Admiral Dax stood on the bridge of the Imperial flagship Dominion staring at the blue-green planet displayed on the view screen. Earth. Such an unassuming name for the home world of the species that had become the greatest thorn in the Empire's side. Status report, he demanded, his four eyes narrowing as he studied the tactical display. Fleet is in position, Admiral, Commander Rel replied. 37 warships, including 5 dreadnoughts. The humans have detected us. Their defensive fleet consists of only 12 vessels. Dax's upper mouth curled into what passed for a smile among the Velari. The Emperor had finally tired of human defiance. After their refusal to join the Galactic Empire as a vassal state, the humans would be taught a lesson in humility. Open a channel to their command, Dax ordered. Let us give them one final chance to surrender. The communications officer complied, and moments later, the image of a human appeared on screen. Admiral Thomas Walker of the Earth Defense Force looked remarkably calm for someone facing overwhelming odds. Admiral Dax, Walker acknowledged with a slight nod. I see the Empire has decided to escalate matters. This is not escalation, human. This is conclusion, Dax replied. Your species has rejected Imperial protection and regulations for the final time. Surrender your world now, and we will be merciful. Resist, and we will reduce your cities to ash. Walker didn't immediately respond. Instead, he appeared to be listening to someone off-screen. When he turned back to face Dax, there was something in his expression that the Velari Admiral couldn't quite identify. Admiral Dax, I'm authorized to deliver a message from Earth's united government, Walker said evenly. It's quite simple. Do not mess with Earth. Dax's secondary hearts quickened in rage. You dare threaten the Imperial fleet? Your arrogance will be your downfall. You have one planetary rotation to reconsider before we begin our assault. The human merely nodded. I've delivered our message. Walker out. As the transmission ended, Commander Rel approached the Admiral. Sir, we're detecting unusual energy readings from Earth's moon. It appears they have concealed installations there. Scan them, Dax ordered. What kind of weapons are they hiding? Before Rel could answer, the tactical officer interrupted. Admiral, multiple spatial distortions forming around our fleet. Dax whirled to face the view screen. Dozens of rippling tears in space-time appeared between his ships. What emerged made his blood run cold. Ships. Human ships. But not the primitive vessels the Empire had cataloged in their database. These were sleek, predatory craft of a design he'd never seen before. And there were hundreds of them. Impossible, he whispered. Where did they? Sir, we're being hailed by the lead vessel. Communications officer reported, fear evident in his voice. The face that appeared on screen was another human, a woman with short gray hair and eyes that held no compromise. This is Fleet Admiral Kate Jones of the Earth Defense Force Black Fleet. You are surrounded and outgunned. Stand down immediately. Dax fought to maintain his composure. This is some trick. The Empire's intelligence reports indicate Earth possesses no such fleet. That was the idea, Admiral. Jones replied with a thin smile. For 30 years, we've allowed your spies to see exactly what we wanted them to see. While your Empire thought we were struggling with basic interplanetary travel, we were building this. As if on cue, one of the human ships fired what appeared to be a simple missile at an unoccupied section of space. When it detonated, the resulting explosion was unlike anything Dax had ever witnessed. A sphere of absolute darkness that seemed to devour light itself. Gravitational collapse weapon, Jones explained casually, creates a temporary micro-singularity. That was a 10% capacity aimed at empty space. The next one won't be. The darkness pulsed, sending waves of gravitational distortion that rocked the Imperial ships. Navigation systems flickered across the fleet as gravitational sensors struggled to compensate. Sir, the science officer called out, his voice tight with concern. Analysis shows that anomaly has the mass equivalent of a small moon, but concentrated in a space smaller than a pebble. If they had targeted one of our vessels, he didn't need to finish. Dax understood the implications all too well. Commander Rel leaned close to Dax's ear. Admiral, our sensors confirm they have weapons locked on every Imperial vessel. Their technology, It's far beyond what we believed possible for humans. How? Dax demanded, abandoning pretense. How could your species advance so quickly? Jones' expression hardened. Because you gave us no choice. When your empire first contacted Earth 50 years ago and demanded our submission, you made it very clear what happened to worlds that refused. So we smiled, played nice, and worked like hell behind the scenes. On the tactical display, Dax noticed more distortions appearing at the edge of the system. More human ships were arriving, these even larger than the first wave. The Empire spans 1,000 worlds, Dax said, though his confidence was rapidly fading. Even with these ships, you cannot hope to. We don't need to defeat your entire empire, Jones interrupted. Just the portion you were foolish enough to bring to our doorstep. And Admiral, we've already transmitted everything we know about your empire's weaknesses to our colonies throughout the galaxy. Colonies your intelligence never discovered. Impossible, Rel whispered beside him. Our surveys have been thorough. There are no unaccounted human settlements. That's what stealth technology is for, Commander, Jones replied, having evidently heard the whispered comment. Your empire has been mapping stars for millennia, but humans have always excelled at hiding in plain sight. We have outposts and systems you've surveyed dozens of times. A junior officer approached Dax with a data tablet. The readings confirmed what Jones was saying. The human vessels employed technologies that shouldn't have been possible for their level of development. Some of it even surpassed current Imperial capabilities. Dax felt the deck shifting beneath him as the implications became clear. The Empire had catastrophically underestimated humanity. You have 5 minutes to order your fleet to retreat beyond the heliopause. Jones continued. Any ship remaining after that time will be destroyed. And Dax, when you report to your Emperor, remind him of our message. To not mess with Earth. The transmission ended, leaving the bridge in stunned silence. Orders, sir? Commander Rel asked quietly. Around them, the human fleet had taken formation, a perfect sphere of vessels surrounding the Imperial Armada. On the sensor displays, weapon systems on all ships showed active targeting locks. The moon installations that had been hidden from Imperial intelligence were now powering up, revealing massive energy signatures consistent with planetary defense systems. Lieutenant, Dax called to his science officer, analysis of their weapons systems. The officer looked up from his console, his expression grim. Sir, based on the energy readings, even our dreadnoughts couldn't withstand more than 1 or 2 direct hits from their capital ships. Admiral Dax stared at the human vessels surrounding his fleet, ships bristling with weapons his scientists couldn't even identify. In that moment, he understood that the Empire had made a grave miscalculation. Humans weren't just another species to be conquered. They were something else entirely. Signal the fleet, he said finally. We're withdrawing. As the Imperial ships began their retreat, Dax couldn't help but wonder how the Emperor would react to the news that Earth wasn't merely defiant, it was dangerous. And for the first time in his long career, he questioned whether the Empire's expansion had finally met its match. The humans had delivered their warning, and against all logic and expectation, the mighty Galactic Empire had no choice but to heed it.